This is the Simpli Sisters Podcast. Girl, get in here, settle down, settle in, take up space and breathe. Come in this safe space where we believe in the power of sisterhood. We encourage truth and dialogue that promotes peace, clarity, and freedom. Join us here for conversations for the soul, because there is so much to talk about.
Welcome to this episode of Simpli Sisters. Today we'll be talking about roll call, where we're speaking about your healing does not require their comfort or confession. Today we'll talk about how people's roles in your life. Coach Benson, this topic's going to be kind of a hard one because people's roles in our lives, everybody in our lives, their role is different. People are different. Their attitudes are different. Their know-how is different. So how do we speak to them about this? How do we tell them to look at this? And how people play a role in their life? And how do we tell them, hey, your role in my life is over?
In and seen. When we say roll call, we think about the people that we allow in our lives and also the weight that we give them according to how they contribute to us. And sometimes we attach ourselves to people, and you start realizing over time, or maybe through a circumstance or an experience,
Right.
that their presence is no longer needed, or you finally realize that you never really needed them at all.
Right.
So the question is, self-preservation is rule number one. So now you got a roll call. You got to go through the scenarios of your life. What's benefiting you on this journey?
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you, when you call roll, everybody not going to stand up and say that they're present. Everyone is not going to acknowledge what their role was, in your life. So how do you take stock? How do you take time to figure out the people that you've allowed in your space? And now you got to strategize the evacuation process. Some things and people need to be evacuated. We need to reframe our mind about how we think these people, because sometimes we say people are so important for whatever the reason, but when you take stock and you finally look at yourself and where you're going, you might realize that maybe not, not so much.
Not so much, right. So what I'm thinking about is this. We meet people.
Mm-hmm.
We meet the representative of who they are.
Oh,
we
yeah.
allow them to embark on
My God,
our
today.
playing field. And so we become comfortable with them with us. And as we move forward with this friendship, relationship, courtship, whatever ship it is that you're on, okay, we start to realize that I'm on the wrong ship. And this person may need to be thrown overboard.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that, and people get into relationship and marriages and guilty. And
Guilty.
you find out later that, wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I thought I wanted to be in.
Not just what you thought, but what was presented to you.
Yes.
What was presented to
Right.
you. My question to myself is, and still is, why? What is it about me that I was so eager to believe them without the proof? What was it about me that I clung to what they said versus what they consistently did? Because sometimes don't mix the consistency up when all the things that are consistent is inconsistency. And continuous conversation about the same thing is not consistency. That is now a pivotal moment for you to make a decision.
Yes.
And evaluate that role.
Right.
And why did you give this person so much room, opportunity? Because we love potential. We love what this potentially looks like. Okay, come with me. Stay with me now. I know I'm not the only one.
Right.
But what is it? We have to evaluate ourselves first before we start pointing fingers.
Right.
And I would charge anybody to be courageous and look at yourselves for a moment and say, what is it about me that I allowed this, that I felt like I needed this without any proof, without any due diligence? To really understand if this was a contribution to your life or were you distributing to their life?
Well, Neither sometimes. Sometimes you're in a bad space and place and you're not thinking and you're not in a position to realize that that's looking good to you is not going to be good for you.
You know
So
the
you
saying.
get in there
Mhm.
and then you find out, oops. So sometimes, and I've seen it, I've lived it, I've watched it. When people on the outside, they're just showing their best face.
Ooh, that-
They're just shining in front of everybody. And everybody thinks oh, she's great. He's great. Oh my God. But when you get back home and you're with that person or those people, and you're like, wait a minute,
Where that person at?
what happened to the person that was out there when you're here? And that's a whole different person.
I want the outside person. Come back.
Right.
Come back.
If that person that I saw outside with the person I initially met when I met.
Right.
And now
And that's what
we're-
you clung to.
too. But then now we're here and it's like, who are you?
Because something's required of them.
Right.
There's expectations
Right.
that they probably can't even meet.
Well, the other part of it is this. You can fool the people
But you can't.
because they're not going to come home with
Right.
you.
The expectations are different.
So wait, what I've learned now,
Mhm.
and I had to be taught a hard lesson. Listen to what people are telling you sometime about people. Because I had to be taught. I wasn't listening. And I was already in a bad space. So
Mhm.
being in a bad space, in a bad place, and not listening at the
At the same time.
that's what
That's
good
an awful
ass whipping.
trifecta, boy.
Okay, and I got it.
Mm-hmm.
But what God said was, you knock knock, get your behind back over here,
Mm-hmm.
sit down. And he started moving stuff and
Mhm.
people. What are you doing? Pay attention. Pay attention. Because all that showboating, all that stuff going on, you're not going to be a part of that.
Mhm.
This is what you're going to do. These are the type of people you need around you.
Mm-hmm.
He said, watch me work in your life. Watch me show you. And he did. So this is why we say roll call is so important. You have to watch who's in your life, who's around you. You have to move. I don't care how painful it is, what mistake you made. God forgives you. I'm not worried about what people say.
Oh, baby.
Because people say, the same people talking and talking about you and what you did and mistake you made, boy, go to their house.
Put the microscope on them.
Them. Look at what's happening in their life. And boy, I can tell you some stuff going on in some people's houses. And y'all would be shocked. Especially people I've been around and their friend groups think they're certain people. I can tell. But I'm going to move on.
Okay, I'll keep it together. But I do want to say this. I do want to say this. When we experience we have these experiences with people.
Right.
And of course, we don't think it is because we get uncomfortable with the outcome, but there's value in that because you learn something. And don't be afraid to put your thoughts and your experiences together so that you can share your story and what you've conquered and what you survived.
Mhm.
I will tell you this, on my journey, I delayed in putting my thoughts together and actually putting words to the things that I experienced. And I often thought about, well, I'm not going to say that because, then he's going to be upset and uncomfortable that people know this or people know that. I'm going
Right.
to tell you something. Most often people are not going to acknowledge, validate, or verify their role in your story,
Accountability.
especially if it's oppressive.
Right.
You don't need their confession. You don't need them to be comfortable. You don't need them to validate or verify what you're saying. Your experience is yours. So when I tell you, use your experience to help someone else. Share your story. If it's therapeutic for you, to journal,
Yes.
to write it down. Sit in a room and talk to God out loud. Sometimes we just got to hear some stuff come out of our own mouth. I've recently had to do that and sit, and me and Precious sat in there. We had a talk, understand? And you have to say some things out loud.
Wow.
So however you find that therapeutic moment, whether it's sharing it with someone, having a conversation with a licensed credentialed counselor
Right.
or, therapy professional,
Right.
journaling it, saying things out loud to yourself, your voice is your power.
Right.
What you conquered was your experience. And the side does not have to agree with or like their role in your story. You don't like the fact that you had to walk through that story,
Right.
but no one's set up to make you comfortable. So don't choose their comfort over your peace. Don't choose them and keeping them hidden because that keeps you in bondage. So free yourself. There
Right.
is a freeing and sharing or releasing the experience you had with that person. Roll call. And you're going to have to mark them absent or present. Mark them absent if they are not adding value to your life.
That's true. And you know what I did? Whatever friendship, relationship that I was in and something went wrong, I had to say, okay, in it, what transpired in that friendship, that relationship, that sisterhood, whatever, what transpired, who said what, how did I react? How did they react? What was the topic, the issue? And could I have done or said something differently? Or how did they handle it? And I know me, I'll come to you and I'll try to resolve. That's just my personality. If you don't want to resolve, then I'm not going to stay stuck in that mess. I'm going to back off. I'm the queen of backing off. I'm going to let you stay there, because if I came to you to resolve it, but I always like to take inventory of my wrongs in a situation so that I can better myself. They may not understand that, but you have to take an inventory of yourself. Okay. And I can say, I was wrong here. I was wrong there. Sometimes you have to apologize when you're not wrong. Certain instances, you do. Okay. But
I'm still growing on that.
well, I've learned how to do that.
Okay, you're going to have to help me with that.
Yeah, I've learned how to do that. I will apologize, even if I feel I'm not wrong, but I still want to talk about it. I still want to find out what was wrong. But that does not mean, though, that I'm going to continue to stay in that situation. Okay.
My spirit stirred up, Tam. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm stirred up. Excuse me now.
Well,
Help
it's
me.
a growth thing. It's a maturity thing. And it takes some doing, okay? And everybody's not going to continue to play a role in this production in my life, okay? You go to the movie. Everybody has a role in the movie, all right? Some people get killed off. Some people live to the end, okay? But usually the villain is the one who dies at the end. I'm not going to be the villain in the story. In my story, you will. You're going to go, okay? I'm not doing it. I'm living in peace. I'm living the right way. Some people are so broken that they can't see that they are the problem in a situation.
Yeah.
So when you back off from them, or their question, oh, well, what's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with me. What's wrong with you? Are you looking at you? Because listen, what you're doing, what you're saying, what you have going on, can't do it. I'm telling you this. Okay? Take inventory of yourself. Be accountable for who you are. Because when those relationships don't move forth, you have to be accountable. And that's roll call. Check it off.
Check it off in. And I'm learning from my sister. I will say there will always seem to be an issue when people hand you the scissors and then you use those very scissors they handed you to cut it off. And it requires no explanation. Self-preservation is rule number one. My grandma Margaret told me that as long as I can remember, she has always told me, save yourself. If you do not protect your peace and your space and your energy, I know you're not giving that power and responsibility to others to do it.
I like that. I like that.
Why would you make someone else responsible for your peace?
For your peace.
For your happiness.
Yes.
For your motivation.
Yes.
Yes, we get inspired by others and people pour into you, or you experience something with someone that may inspire you, but they're not responsible to motivate you because they're not with you every day. The inner power that you carry to drive yourself forward in your story, that is the momentum you need when you choose yourself. Reevaluate the positions that you've allowed people to be in your life, because we allow these people to be here. We have given them power. We have given them so much notoriety in our lives. And some of them, we hang on to their every word because of how we value what they think or say for whatever reason,
Right.
But again, you put them in that position.
Right.
So if they're not playing their position,
Right.
and they not driving it home,
right,
and you're not being pushed to grow, and they're not being accountable for some of the things that have transpired throughout your partnership, whether it's a business relationship, professional or personal, it is up to you to protect your space, your peace, your energy, and one of the most valuable things, your time. It's up to you. So take control of the role.
And don't be afraid to lose people.
Baby.
Some people are so afraid of being by themselves. It's okay, because you've got to love you. You've got to love you. Stop looking for others to love you and make you better. You've got to make you better. If you love you, then you'll do what you do. Roll call.
Your roll call. Love yourself enough to clean out your space. We all go through, some of us, spring cleaning.
Yeah.
Every year we clean out the clutter, we purge it, we get rid of things. But do we do the emotional inventory to purge things, memories, trauma, and people from our lives? Sometimes we just leave people hanging on and leave them there just because they're there.
Right.
You have to release the weight of hangers on. And at the end of the day, you the problem if you let them stay there, because you orchestrate the symphony of your life between you and God. You are the conductor.
Right.
You orchestrate that symphony. You control how that music get played, when the music come on, and when you turn that music off and let them people go.
That's right. Let me say this. When we come back, I'm going to further discussion about this. When we come back,
We'll be right back.
we'll be right back.
Hey, sis. Sister. You're the one. Sister. The one I call you are. Sister. No matter when life takes us through, 'cause you're always gonna be my simply sister. You are my sister, and I love you, my simply sister. You are my sister, and I love you. Oh, 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 my sister, and I love you, my simply sister.
Welcome back to the Simpli Sisters Podcast. We are so glad that you are here and you have joined us for this episode. Listen, I have a quick ask. My sister and I would love for you to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with someone special in your life. Sisterhood heals. And no matter where you are in life, you need community. Come and join us. Get in here on these conversations for the soul, because there's always so much to talk about.
Yes.
So we are on the other side of talking about roll call. And as we do roll call, we also want to lift you up and help you lighten your load, to let you know that you are more than a conqueror.
Yes.
You are more than enough.
Yes.
So as we move forward and have this discussion about roll calling, take the time to realize how important you are.
Right.
God created you with specific goals in mind.
Yes.
So the parts of our story that we try to silence or delay or to soften, I was guilty of doing that. I was trying to soften some of the blows, if you will, about what I experienced on my journey, in my story, in my marriage, in relationships and partnerships, because it's not always, familial. It's not always about family or your spouse. Sometimes we get into business partnerships. It might be one of your neighbors. I don't know. But relationships are so broadly based. But I do want you to know that these parts of your stories will help not just free you, but free someone else. And I tried to soften the blow because I was afraid of what certain people who were contributors to those weaving and jagged parts of my story. But I had to learn that I was so important. I had to be important to myself.
Right.
To go ahead and tell my story, go ahead and share my story.
Right.
Now, the impact that you will have by sharing your story on the lives of the people who need you, because there is an intricate group of people that God has aligned to come in your path.
Yes.
There's a group of people assigned to you for you to help.
Yes.
So the impact that you will have on their lives will far outweigh the discomfort of a few. So then that you are powerful, you have purpose, and there's truly a community of people waiting for you.
That is so true, Coach Gail Benson. Well, what she's saying is true, ladies, because once you release, then something or someone else comes in to fill that space. And if you are walking in the divine, and you're patient, you wait for that to happen. And that's what I did in my life. And that's why I'm in the space and place I'm in now. But you have to understand it's a process.
It is.
And sometimes when you sit still, you don't have to go looking for it. You'll know that'll come to you. Those people will come to you. And being on the positive side of this, okay, and paying attention to the things in your life that make you feel good, paying attention to those things that are not making you feel so good, and focusing on those things that do make you feel good and those people, okay? Talk about journaling, and it's so important that you journal and write down those things that you want to accomplish, what you want to do, and those people or those people around you that you feel can help you accomplish those goals. Then those are the people that you want to keep around you. Those are the people you want to structure that have structure. Those are the people that you want to listen to. You don't want to listen to the naysayers. That's why roll call is so important. Okay. You look at who's on that roster. Okay. And those are the people that you focus on, and the others you don't. And this is why we felt it was important for you to look at this, because we still do every day.
Absolutely.
Okay. And we hold each other accountable. If I'm wrong on something, boss lady, she'll call us on it.
Yes,
If my thought process is wrong, my sister here, she'll let me know. Okay. And then she's saying something, I'll shake my head, and she's saying something. You know, we do it for each other, and that's what you have to have in order for this to work.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so we want you all as well to be able to make it happen beautifully like we are. But work goes into it. Work goes into it. We don't just get up and smile and everything just falls in place.
Right.
You know, we have to pay attention to the things that's going on around us. And we have to push things out. We have to say no. And we have things we have to say yes to. We have things we have to learn. We have things that, like, I have a fear of speaking. I'm doing it, but I'm doing it because I was called to. So I'm learning now to do it. So this is why we're saying, have the people around you that are going to help you maintain, help you grow, help you stay positive. So roll call is so important.
It is. It really is. Understand. Please understand that a yes to yourself is going to always be a no to something or somebody else. And when you say yes to yourself, that no is of no consequence to you. You don't need permission to say yes to yourself. How the other side gets that no down, that's on them. The pill gonna get swallowed. You could chew it, choke on it, however you gonna do it. But say yes, to yourself. And I will ask you, and this is something that I had to do, and it's not to be published for publication. It's not for you to share with other people unless you choose to. I would ask that, what are some of the things that you are diluting and that you're kind of hiding and suppressing because of you're afraid of the outcome on someone else's end instead of putting yourself first? Write it down. And just to look at it, write it down, or stand in the mirror and say it out loud to yourself. Because look yourself in the face. And once you say that out loud, sometimes the things that we've experienced or the things that we've overcome, we don't really take inventory on all the things that we have already conquered. And the things that we're trying to suppress, that's just another lesson that you're conquering. So write that thing down, stand in the mirror and say it to yourself so that you can acknowledge it to you. Acknowledge it to yourself. And as you do that, don't just focus on that thing, that suppressive thing. Now you start thinking about a strategy.
Yes.
How do you overcome that? And what did you learn from it?
Right.
And does that person need to be removed? Or even if it's not a person, what if it's an experience that's lingering and it's just you keep replaying in your mind, oh, I should have said this. Oh, if I just would have said that. How do you release that experience? Take the lesson from it.
Right.
but release the energy that we've attached to that experience
Right.
so that we can grow.
Right.
And we move forward. Because if you don't move forward, you won't get aligned with the people that are coming for you to help. So you got to move forward.
That's true. But let's do this. When you do that, and you make these adjustments, don't allow your energy to turn negative. That's your energy must be positive.
You have to.
Okay. We want to release the negative energies. We want positive energies. Even when we're writing down, we're taking the inventory of ourselves. Okay. We need roll call on ourselves.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Absolutely.
So positive energy, getting rid of the negative energy. That's the goal. Okay. With ourselves too. Because I do it now.
I'm in the space. I'm in the space right now. And this is so funny you brought that up, Tim. You know, I did a voice note this morning. And I was talking to myself and I said, you know what? I am enjoying the feeling of what freedom feels like.
Yes.
Because I made a decision to let something go. And again, it was something that I had allowed myself to attach myself to, something I just thought I had to have. And when I had to do my own inventory on myself, I took my power I made a decision. It's decide, choose. It is freedom in choosing. There's freedom in your decision.
Right.
And when I realized just this morning, it hit me after weeks of just going through a torment, if you will. I was like, I have to decide where I am going to go from here. I have to decide what I'm focusing on because it's on me what I'm choosing to do. It's on me what I choose to focus on. And at that pivotal moment, I said, well, hell, the decision is simple. It's me.
It's you.
I am the most important part here.
Right.
I get to decide. I leaned into that shift, lean into the shift. And the shift don't always feel good.
It doesn't.
But when you lean into that shift and you see where you're going, you better choose you every time because there's freedom, not just waiting for you, but for someone else too.
We have this discussion all the time and write it down, stay positive, focus on yourself, don't focus on other people. And always say, if someone's around you and you don't feel quite right when they're around you, step back, take a look at it. That's that roll call. That's that inventory we talk about. Okay. Don't be scared to step back. Okay. Sometimes stepping back and it brings in new. Okay. It works. I'm here to tell you.
That's true. Because in movement, one of three things, this is my analogy. One of three things is going to always be happening in your life.
Right.
You're going to be moving away from, moving through, and into something else.
Right.
We are not made to stay stagnant and in the same place. Listen, we are so glad you joined us for this segment. Simply Tammy and I could go on and on and on, but the producer said you will not. So we absolutely will not. We are ecstatic that you are here. Please go into the description and click on the links that join you with us outside of YouTube.
Yes.
Join our Simply Circle family.
Yes.
You can sign up and get notified through email when we have live events, where you can find us, where you can see us. Like and subscribe so that you can come back and join us every week. We air every Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. and you can listen to us at any time. So thank you for joining us and for being here with us. Do that roll call, baby. But put yourself first in that you're present.
Amen. Love you. Make it happen beautifully.
Beautifully.